Oh, hey everybody, it's Steve. Hey, thanks for joining me today. Hey, this video is a little bit different than my normal video. This is a post-surgery rotator cuff surgery video. So, in researching and getting ready for my own rotator cuff surgery, I did a lot of research, talking to people first-hand experience, second-hand experience, people that help support people that have had surgery, YouTube, online, you name it. I did a lot of research. And I'd like to go ahead and add my experience information into that library of knowledge and experience. So that's what this video is for. What I want to talk about here in this video is going to be basically day 0, which is surgery day, up to day 2 afterwards, and talk a little bit about what I've experienced and what I've been doing and how it's been working for me. I know everybody's a little bit different. Every situation's unique, but I want to kind of talk about mine and kind of where things are here, just to add my perspective. So first off, rotator cuff surgery. I had a torn rotator cuff on my right shoulder. I also had a pinched nerve probably from the same incident where the rotator cuff tear came from. Did physical therapy that took care of the pinched nerve. I still had lack of strength in the rotator cuff and the upper, to lift the arm, things like that. Got that taken care of. The physical therapy took care of the pinched nerve, but I still had lack of strength and then the pain, and then there was a bone spur underneath that, which just kept rubbing, and then it got worse and worse over time. So several months later, I finally get around to getting the surgery done, and that's where I'm at today. So Friday I had surgery. Basically, it was a fasting. They did do a nerve block where they put the nerve blocker up in the neck, which basically knocks out the bundle of nerves all the way down the arm, down to the hand, and really good explanation of that too when they were doing that. I've heard about it, and I know you wanted to have it, but I didn't really understand the principles on why. I got a real nice explanation from the gal that did it, and she talked to actually what that's doing as far as interrupting the communication between the damage during surgery and the brain, so the brain's not just pumping out hormones down through to the damage. So that's kind of neat. But either way, that worked really well. Basically took out that whole arm. Had the IV, had the surgery as orthopedic. I believe they ended up opening it. I don't know how many incisions they have, 3 or 4 in there. They did do some extra stuff when they were in there based on what they were found, and I knew that going into that because the doctor told me that. He knew what he knew from the MRIs, but he thinks he had some other things that he knew he was going to be taken care of when he was in there as well, depending on what he saw when he was in the procedure, and I guess he did take care of everything that we had originally anticipated. So had the recovery, did all that good stuff, got home late Friday night. My wife picked up the prescriptions on the way home, so I had the pain medicines, even though I was still under the block and I didn't really feel anything at that point. Leading into the surgery, I went ahead and prepared the house the best that I could to make sure that anything that was heavy needed to be moved had been moved already, because I'm not going to be moving anything for a while. Went and got my hair cut the week of, so that was all taken care of. Just a lot of little things. Moved the extra recliner up to the bedroom. We got two recliners. I got an old recliner and a newer recliner. The newer is downstairs, and put the extra one up in the bedroom, the bigger, more comfortable one up in the bedroom, which is where I sleep. I can't sleep on the bed, so I sleep in the recliner. Just put the sheet over the leather so it's comfortable. And pillows, obviously, pillows, towels, hand towels, different size hand towels, because you need different size things to help get comfortable. And that's something that I know some people do that with different size pillows, but I kind of like using the towels because you can fold them, half fold them, or whatever, and kind of adjust as you need, and also keep yourself nice and stable. So, especially when you're sleeping. For my bedside here, I have a little fan that I like to keep running to get some air circulation through the night, and then layered sheets that you can kind of pull on and off with the good arm. So also we keep my water and things like that here, so it's handy. So we got everything here within reach. So as I mentioned, surgery was on Friday. Friday night, I went ahead and took, before bedtime, I think I took my first pain pill, which is, I got 2 kinds. One was a regular pain reliever, and then there's the heavy duty narcotic one for the severe pain. And these are both take as needed. The regular heavy duty painkiller, not the heavy narcotic one. The other one was 6 hours as needed, and the other heavy duty one, which is Nocor or something like that, is every 4 hours is needed. I want to avoid taking that one at any cost. I don't want to take that narcotic one if I don't need it at all. I really don't want to take either of it if I don't need to at all. So that's my approach, is to try to go as natural pain relief as possible without having to take all the extra stuff. So either way, after surgery, from all the medication they give you at surgery, they start you on Tylenol and then they add other stuff, and then you go through anesthesia and all of this other stuff. By the end of all that, by the time I was in recovery, a nice headache. So kind of dealt with that. In the evening, when I was ready to go to bed, I went ahead and took one of the regular, the main regular painkillers, to go ahead and have that through the night. I didn't want to take a chance. Everything I've heard and every firsthand, secondhand, YouTube and web research and talking to the doctor and everything, you don't want to get behind the pain on that nerve block. When that wears off, you want to make sure you're not trying to catch up on the backside of that when the pain comes in, because it'll take a while to get there. So I went ahead and took one of those before bed, just because I was starting to feel bits and pieces of, like, my fingers that were totally numb were a little bit numb, things like that. So that said, also something that's really important is I'm keeping a log in Excel of the medications that I'm taking, how I felt when I took it, if it was with a meal, when I'm taking other things like stool softener, things like that, and then vitamin C's. So I know exactly what I'm taking when I'm taking them. So it makes it a lot easier. You can't just keep track of them in your own head, or in this case, I have my wife's help as my caregiver. She doesn't have to try to remember, when did I take that last one, and whatnot. I'm also making a notation as well as far as what my pain level was when I took it. So am I gauging this based on a schedule, or am I basing this on an increase in pain, or a step up in pain, or a wear off, or a different sensation that I haven't had before? Which is, and that'll be nice, because then I can take those notes in when I go see the doctor for my follow-up as well. But I'm trying not to take these on a schedule. I'm trying to take these as an as need, or ultimately a don't take because I don't need, and I'm hoping that's where we end up. So that said, I got that spreadsheet. I just shared it in OneDrive so we can both use it. I can use it on my phone, or her phone, or the iPad or laptop or whatever. So we've got all the notes on that. So that's that side. First night's sleep was really, and I was told this would happen. Basically, you sleep about 2 hours and wake up. 2 hours and wake up. I've been drinking tons of water, trying to flush out all the medicine cocktails and soup that they gave you through the course of the day. So trying to get my kidneys flushing, your kidneys and liver probably working overtime from trying to get all the additional chemicals and things like that they're not used to being in your body out, between the anesthesia and the blockers and the other medicines and things like that. So lots of water. Got up, went to the bathroom a couple times through the course of the night. Just went number one, and trying to stay hydrated. So that was good. Next morning, good solid breakfast. Took some vitamin C also. Lots of protein. Some spinach. Got some different foods to go ahead and try to get the digestive system going. I did start taking a stool softener. I took, it was like a dose of Lax or something like that. Took one in the morning with breakfast on the day after surgery. I was fortunate I didn't have any nausea either during the surgery, after the surgery, or the next morning. None whatsoever. So I was able to go ahead and eat a nice big hearty meal. Actually, I ate on the way home from the hospital. Also on Friday night, I was able to eat because I was hungry. And same thing, I had some steak soft tacos from Taco Bell, which was good because I wanted to get some protein in there and get some salad. So I had a little bit of lettuce and stuff in there too. So that's probably not the best meal, but it tasted like, well, it was the best tasting meal ever. So that said, with breakfast, I think I took another pill then because I felt the pain starting to show up. Different pieces of things were wearing off. So I went ahead and took another one of the pain relievers there. And then through the course of the day, ate multiple times through the day, in steady pace. Took another stool softener in the evening. And that's one of the things I had heard in my research, both firsthand as well, is the pain meds and things like that are going to keep you bound up, and you want to try to keep the digestive system going through for the same reason for the kidneys and livers. You want to kind of flush that stuff out. Your digestive system's doing its job to try to help detoxify and cleanse your body as well. So did that. I've heard instances where people that didn't prepare for that properly, and they didn't have a bowel movement for 5 days, and then it was a bit of a challenge when they did. And I didn't want to be there. I wanted to be ahead of this and help get help the digestive system do what it needs to be doing. So I took the second one of those in the evening with my evening meal, which was another good protein vegetable meal. It was a pork tenderloin with some steamed asparagus, and then I think some potatoes to try to kind of have a nice mix, and then that worked out real well. So something because it's summertime and it's nice, I'm opted to not try to push the shoulder around by putting a shirt on and off and things like that. I took the shirt off when I got home from the hospital and just been kind of sticking with the sling. The sling they gave me is a total piece of crap. It's like super lightweight. The nice thing is when I will be able to take a shower, I'll be able to use it for that because it's kind of see-through and mesh, so I can leave this one get wet. I did order a better one on Amazon for about $20 or somewhere around there. I'll put a picture of it in the link down below when I get it. It should be here tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning. So I'm really careful on moving this arm because this doesn't hold this tight to my body and it doesn't fit real well around my neck. So I'm cautious on having to move my arm around too much. So bandages, I'm all bandaged up. He said keep it dry for 4 days. I can't take a shower for 4 days. At 4 days, I could take all the bandaging off or replace it. And then if I want to take a shower, I'll put waterproof bandages on and I can actually take a shower at day 4. And that leads up to hygiene between surgery and day 4. So I obviously brush my teeth. I'm left-handed, fortunately, so I can brush my own teeth like normal and do other normal things like that. I'm going to wash my face with a hand cloth, things like that. But something else as far as armpits and other sensitive areas where you want to keep clean and hygienic. What I'm using are these 1-a-day sport pocket showers. Basically, it's like a gigantic baby wipe, like an adult-sized baby wipe that's for just this type of purpose. It's a wet wipe for sport, travel, and leisure, and it's got vitamin E to help so it doesn't dry out your skin. So I'll find something similar to this and put a note down below. I got these at Menards on closeout. I use these for camping, and I do a lot of bike riding, long distance bike riding, things like that. And I kind of use those to freshen up. So that's a nice way to stay kind of clean and fresh while you can't take a shower yet. So let's see, what else do I have? Talk about pillows and padding and things like that. I got the recliner up here, different size pillows, and I like to use different size hand towels and regular towels that you can kind of fold up and form and fit as needed to kind of stay comfortable and take the strain off of things. Everything I hear is you don't want to push. You push too hard, you can re-injure it, and you're going to be right back where you started, or worse yet. So something I'm being very, very cautious on. This is day 2. Last night I had some decent pain. I'd probably scale it as a 4, and it was just general discomfort. I haven't had any super throbby pain or shooting pains or anything like that. It's been more now it's starting to feel like it's kind of things starting to stiffen up a little bit. But I've been gauging the pain, and that's what's gauging whether or not I take the pain medicines. I've gone as long as 10 plus hours between pain medicine needs. And I've been gauging it off of that. I don't want to just sit there and just take it every 6 hours, need it or not, for multiple reasons. One is I don't want to put my system through that, but I also want to be in tune to the pain and discomfort that I'm experiencing and treat it accordingly. So, and I want to avoid the heavy duty medication as much as possible. If I can avoid it at all altogether, that's my ultimate goal. So I've been taking vitamin C's. I'm not sure if I mentioned that already. I've Emergen-C, the 1,000 milligram vitamin C fizzy drink mix with electrolytes. Those are going to be here tomorrow morning. I'll be taking those every morning to help kind of supercharge. Vitamin C is your friend. Vitamin C's and proteins and good antioxidants. Your body's got a lot of healing going on, and everything you can do to help it, both giving it the fuel that it needs, as well as getting those toxins and things out of your body, the better. Because your body's working overtime right now to help you get better, and anything you can do to help it, that much the better. Something else also, because I did get a dose of antibiotics during my IV for the surgery, is a single dose of antibiotics. I'm not on an antibiotic course afterwards. But I will be eating oatmeal and things, some other probiotics to try to prebiotics, excuse me, prebiotics to try to go ahead and feed the gut to help it stay healthy with the shock that it would have taken from that one dose of antibiotics. So, but that's it in a nutshell. This is day 2. So basically, this kind of recaps from 0 to 2. I like to go ahead and do another one from like 3 to 5 or 3 to 7, somewhere in there, kind of as I go through some of the recovery. I notice the different feelings in the healing process. Doing a lot of walking around that makes you feel better, things like that. So, videos run a little bit long, but just wanted to put this out there. So if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave them below. Like I said, I'll also go through a couple notes about the shoulder strap, the one that I've ordered, and some things like that if you're interested to see that. I'm sure I'll put that in a future video as well. So if you go ahead and sub, you'll get notified when that gets posted. So, hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. If you're going to be heading down this road, I wish you all the best. All I could say is, to be prepared and know what you're going into, and know and look forward to what's on the backside of that when you're able to have your range of motion and be pain-free. So thank you very much, and take care.